Howdy folks, welcome back to Pokemon Crystal. We're now in part 48. And oh boy, I know, at first glance it seems like Vermilion City Gym's gonna be just as fucking annoying as it was before. It's really not though, because yeah, the locks from when Red went through here are still like undone. So there's no lock anymore. We can get through, no problem. We don't even... Actually, I think we have to battle one of these people here in the gym, but I go ahead and battle both of them. I figured I'd leave this one in as well so I can talk about this. Now, see, right here, level 37 Pikachu, that's actually kind of high, but that's actually a little high to make my point. But if you recall from the last part, we encountered a level 28 Coughing. Okay, now some folks would say this encourages you to use a new team of Pokemon, and indeed, it would. Because believe it or not, level 30-ish isn't that hard to get to, especially since we have places to train our Pokemon. This would encourage you to use a newer team of Pokemon, kind of. But not really, because the thing is, the gym leaders. The gym leaders are so fucking hard in comparison... Well, I shouldn't say it like that. They're super fucking tough in comparison to idiots like this, though. And even then, 30 is still not really a good level to, you know, try and take on Kanto with a whole new team. Honestly, honestly, I actually have a little theory for why Kanto is the way it is. Why the pacing is so bad for Kanto in Pokemon Crystal. Why it's so easy to tear through all of these trainers, and the gym leaders are still tough as shit. I actually have a theory. I actually think that they were planning on you pretty much starting a whole nother adventure almost, like putting restrictions on what Pokemon you could use, and essentially make it to where you have to use lower level Pokemon, and that you'd go through kind of like how you did with Johto. Only maybe a little bit tougher and having a little bit tougher of Pokemon. But at the same time, I also feel that they didn't... There's a lot of stuff that they left out of Kanto that you can go to. I'll talk about this a little more as we see some more of it, but... Yeah, I actually blame it on... There are two things that I blame this on. One is the fact that Gold and Silver were originally... They were for the Game Boy Color, but they were made on the original Game Boy style cartridges. I'm willing to bet they didn't have as much room as what they potentially could have had if they were Game Boy Color cartridges. And since Pokemon Crystal's essentially the same as Gold and Silver, I feel like they didn't really go out of their way to make Kanto any different. And so there's that. I think that's why Kanto feels so much smaller than it should. Oh god, what was the other thing I was going to talk about? Oh, the other thing. Right. The other reason that I feel this way about Kanto is because of the fact that, I don't know how many of you are aware of this, but the release of Generation 2 is really, really messy. It was originally supposed to be released, I think, in 97, maybe? I don't think it actually was released until 98, 99. I might have the dates wrong. It was really messy. They kept delaying, and because they wanted to kick out the best product they could, and indeed, I think they did. But yeah, because of this, I actually feel like they kind of maybe ran out of time, and they actually just wanted to get the fucker out already, and so when it came to Kanto, they just kind of half-assed it. Well, not really half-assed it, but they just changed things a little bit. Anyway, though, as you can see, this is why the gym leaders are too tough for you to, like, kind of really go through the game again with a whole new team, is because, look at this, his Raichu's level 44. Lieutenant Surge here, who were battling again from, like, 3 years ago. It's awesome, I love it. But his Pokemon are high enough level to be part of the Pokemon League, part of the Elite Four. And so you can't really use a whole new team, but rather, if you use the old team that you did, you're going to steamroll all of the all the non-important random trainer battles. But if you use a new team, then the gym leaders are going to tear you a fucking new one. So the pacing from here on is honestly kind of bad. I have to say, let's be honest, the pacing from here on is kind of bad, and oh boy, believe me, we're going to see another example of what I'm talking about before you know it. So anyway, in terms of difficulty, I actually think Lieutenant Surge is probably the third easiest gym leader in the Kanto side. The easiest one is by far Fuchsia City, but we'll get to that. But yeah, Lieutenant Surge, pretty nice one to start out with. Just took out his Raichu. I don't feel like I need to kick out much of a strategy for it. We're moving on to Electrode. Electrode, we've encountered before. It's really fast. And that's about it, honestly. Its special attack is okay at best, but it's still not that great, so I don't expect it to hurt that bad. On the other hand, though, it probably knows Self-Destruct or Explosion, which, knowing my luck, it's going to use now that I made mention of it. I fucking hate Self-Destruct and Explosion. God, it always fucking happens to me. Anyway, though, as you can see, it likes using Double Team. Pretty easy to take out. It knows Screech, which I fail to see any reason for why it would use Screech. It makes no sense. Anyway, though, yeah, even though I have changed up the format, and I'm pretty much going to be cutting out every single random trainer battle that I get into from now on, I am leaving the important battles in, such as the gym leaders, because these I actually do have a little bit to talk about. Not enough, I feel, because we've been encountering these Pokemon throughout the whole game. And so I don't really have a whole lot of new stuff to talk about with them, but I can wing it. I can wing it, why not? Plus I do want to kind of talk about the whole nostalgic factor. You guys have no idea how awesome this was back when Gold and Silver first came out, and we beat the game. We beat the Elite Four, which was a lot harder than what I made it look. It was actually a lot harder back then. And then we find out we can go to Kanto, and we can battle almost everybody that we battled in Generation 1 again. We get to see what their lives are like 3 years later. Although the fact is, there's only really one. Well, no, I guess that's not true. I guess there's 3. There are 3 gym leaders. Like 3 reoccurring gym leaders who you actually get to see how their lives are going now, and who have kind of plot character development, but not really. Whereas everybody else is just kind of there still. So Magneton keeps trying to use that cannon. This is actually going to be something I'm going to bring up again later. Because I mentioned before I taught Lantern a stupid move because I thought that Rain Dance worked with all lightning type moves, electric moves, and made it to where they all had 100 accuracy. That's not true, and believe me, I fuck up. Oh, also, Lieutenant Surge isn't that bad because I don't know if you've been paying attention. I've been taking him on with fucking Chikorita the whole time. Oh my god, how stupid is Lieutenant Surge? It used Lock-On, and then it used fucking Swift. Oh my god, how fucking stupid was that? God damn. And he has yet another Electrode. I'm pretty sure it's the exact same as the first one. So yeah, basically spam attack moves until it goes down. That's really all there is to Electrode. I mean, I would use Skarmory and Swift if it was higher level, but since my Skarmory is like level 21, that's not a good option, so we're just gonna hope Body Slam gets it done. Body Slam and Razor Leaf. Which, it's gonna take a miracle for Body Slam, holy shit. Again, Electrode's only redeeming quality is that it's super fast. Everything else about it is, not that great. Ah, fucker! Damn it! I knew that was gonna happen to me, too. Didn't happen right when I said it, it happened after I thought it would. So that was Explosion. It is an even stronger version of Self-Destruct, if you can believe it. God damn. See, what makes those moves so strong is that they actually do damage based on half of your defense stat. like, only half of your defense stat counts towards lowering the damage from explosion and self-destruct, and they have really high damage output. This makes them just annoying to deal with. Anyway, this is Lieutenant Surge's final Pokemon, and so we're gonna have Quagsire just demolish it. Wasn't even a critical hit, guys. That was just a straight-up Earthquake. But yeah, we defeated Lieutenant Surge. Ah, you are strong! Okay, kid, you get Thunder Badge. Oh my god, they do it too. The Thunder Badge! The Thunder Badge! You stupid fucker! The Thunder Badge! The Thunder Badge! I don't care! You can say duh! D-A Thunder Badge! Just not... Ugh! Just... Ugh! I'm checking because I thought he gave me a TM, but he didn't. But seriously, ugh! Fucking annoying. Stay tuned for part 49. Ugh!